At home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan.
Boys, nice nine.
And the Nets head back to Brooklyn after today's contest. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Here's Paul. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. A battle of up-and-comers. It'll take a lot of energy, Steve, but also some mistakes.
Yeah, turnovers for young guys. That's usually what turns the game around. And you can see the lack of experience. They missed their defensive rotations, and then when the game gets tight, they started to force shots. And it's fun to watch these kids grow up. But if I think of your coaching staff, you're trying to speed up their experience because it's probably not fun to coach when they're youngsters.
Here's Jokic. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Another shot. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks it out to Paul. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in. Paul's got 6.
The concentration and the body control CP3 possesses is just astonishing.
Another miss by Jokic.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Now, here's Jokic. Out to Harris. Pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Paul. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Gary Harris.
This is where Chris Paul dominates, using the dribble drive to create offense and get himself to the line.
You look at this Pelicans offense, Steve, it's a very free-flowing system.
Yes, this team loves to make the extra pass to get an open look. They were 3rd in the league last season in team assists per game. The back cuts they make and the willingness to share the ball are what teams strive for on the offensive end.
Now here's Paul. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Count it, good.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it. His 4th make in 5 tries, and we're just getting started.
Harris outside. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Jokic. And here is Harris. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. In the corner, it's Harris. Hits the three-point bomb. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's an important basket there. The game was in danger of getting away from him here early if they let that run go on much longer.
And again, it's Chris Paul. Paul's got 14 points.
And the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-3 run. Some solid defense from Harris.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Paul is doubled. Booker with no one around. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Smith missing. Nets leading by 11. Paul outside. On the wing, Booker. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Adebayo. Second chance shot. Sabonis with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:46 left in the first quarter.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Here's Jokic following the basket by Chris Paul. Harris outside. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint. A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Now, here is Smith. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
And they get it. And Jokic lays it up and in.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Down low. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
And the buzzer sounds. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
Got to get the ball to Bogut when he has a clean look for the dunk. That's just smart basketball.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his second season in the league. And he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, D.A.
Really remarkable work by Bogut to send the shot back. Such a tremendous defender who really never rests on that end of the floor.
Here's Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Jokic. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the charts.
And the basket by Bogut.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Harris, no good. Nets leading by 21. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound, it's Schroeder with the drive. He takes it up and lays it in.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Tries from 10. Trying to get open is Johnson. And the rejection by Smith.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Harris. Back to Jokic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Smitty, no doubt you had an outstanding jump shot. Talk about the difference in approach when you're a catch-and-shoot guy versus a pull-up off the dribble shooter.
Yeah, catch and shoot is obviously totally different mechanics, Kevin. You're waiting for somebody to pass it. You're obviously getting your mind set to be able to get yourself in position, get your feet right, and obviously shooting the basketball. Pulling up off the dribble, sometimes it tends to what the defense gives you. And that is an art to see guys like Steph and those guys, Kevin Durant and LeBron, who's added that to being able to be comfortable shooting the basketball off the dribble. That is the hardest part about shooting it, pulling up off the dribble versus catch and shoot.
So as a great shooter, you think that is just, that's the very top. Your admiration is very high for guys that can do that well.
Yeah, because you don't have time to get your feet set and get your mechanics right when the ball is in the air versus having it in your hand.
That one doesn't go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
His lack of consistency with the shot tonight has held them back.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Getting more comfortable shooting from inside. Even though Smith Jr. is smaller, he knows how to score in the paint.
To the paint. Here's Bogut. Lays it up off the glass. Bogut's got 8 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Harris. And the layup falls.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul.
Timeout.
That'll be his second foul of the game. And first timeout of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Zubats. They grab their own miss. Bogut. And that one, good. Bogut's got 10 points in the quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
And there will be flashes when McLemore looks like the 7th overall pick in the draft, Steve, but they're right now few and far between.
Kevin, he hasn't quite broken through. The size and athleticism are there. Solid three-point shooter, but you never know exactly what kind of minutes he's going to give you.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
That's the modern-day NBA. Complain about the call and hope the next one goes your way.
Johnson left side. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Zubats. Here's Collins. Good on the triple. Collins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And there's where if you get some room, you kind of have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
New Orleans shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Now here is Bogut. 10 points for him. Schroeder with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. The shot's good from Forbes.
And a good judge of spacing. Sees he can get it off over the taller man.
This is how he makes his living, making those judgment calls, understanding the opportunities.
To the inside. To the wing right side. And the shot falls short this time.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Johnson in the corner. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Pass to Jokic. Back to Harris. There's the triple. Harris's shot is off. And it's Paul with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Got a piece of it. Sabonis with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Adebayo. Basket good. Adebayo's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Nets.
The eyes of Chris Paul. He's always had tremendous vision.
Left side Harris. Here's Jokic. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 14 points for Jokic.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
And the Nets with possession here. Now here's Paul. 18 points for him. And it's sent back by Jokic. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. The Pelicans making a switch here.
Checking in for your Pelicans. Paul. Dorian Finney-Smith.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. For three, Harris. Gallinari with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And here's Booker from the arc.
No surprise, in a battle of wheels down low, the big man comes away with it.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, one season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
Sabonis, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And that one's good. Jokic.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Paul outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, Steve, talk about leadership. Some guys are extremely vocal. Name some guys that prefer to lead by example, that aren't all talk, but watch what I do.
Yeah, I think it comes out, I would say the first in mind, because he's never vocal, is Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, his play, he leads by example. I think Anthony Davis is another guy that stands out for me. I even look at Kevin Durant. I don't see him as a vocal leader, but I think his game and the way he leads his teams by example is one of those guys that can be leaders, but they can be leaders without being extremely vocal.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Checking in for your Pelicans.
Now here's Paul. He's got 18. To end the drought. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
CP3 stop and go, drew the foul on that play.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. He's perfect from the line this time. The NBA is so financially stable right now, Steve. What's it been like watching this growth for the league overall?
You know, I've loved it because I think the partnership has been phenomenal. The league is growing both for players and also organization. They've done a nice job of getting a chance to hammer out some of these issues, to making it worthwhile financially for the league and also financially for the players.
And the versatility Johnson offers, it can't be forgotten. I mean, this is a guy that can play 3 to 4 positions, a lights-out shooter who also has that clutch gene.
And you know, Dennis Smith Jr. is a player who just is oozing with confidence when you see him play.
Yeah, I just love how Smith Jr. will attack every player he goes up against. Chris Paul, who Smith Jr. goes way back with, noticed how even as a rookie, he approaches every challenge head on. As a rookie, Smith Jr. was just jawing at the vets and dunking on everyone. He has the game to back up that personality.
Here's Collins. Knocks down the 3 ball. Collins has got 5 points now this quarter.
Willing to work the ball to his open teammates. Smith Jr., this is what leaders do best.
And finished off by Bogut.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
5 on the clock. Zubac. Kept alive. Pass to Collins. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
For Brooklyn, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Both free throws good from Forbes. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Substitution for your Pelicans.
1:03 left to play in the third. Morris into the lane. Here's Zubac. Pass to Collins. And it's Zubac atop the key. Back to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Scott. Again the miss by Morris. Nets leading by 14. Johnson outside. Here's Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
Just a terrific second chance effort by Bogut. When you fail to put a body on this guy, he can exploit you.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. To the middle. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Joe Johnson on the wing. Back to Schroeder. Johnson left side. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And 12 points for Joe Johnson.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here. It shows with their turnover numbers.
Here's Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. From deep.
That's the kind of defense they need from Schroeder. Hands up and right in his grill.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 18. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Now, here's Schroeder. Pass to Bogut. Jokic with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Harris has got the ball. Jokic with it. Just 5 on the clock. Got it. Good job in the low post. Jokic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pelicans. Nets passing it around. No good from Bogut. Pelicans trail by 16. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
Has his man, just misses with the pass. Not sure what happened on that play.
It's the Nets now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. Rejected by Harris. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. And it's Harris with the ball for New Orleans. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
You don't need the big play. Right now, you just need the smart one.
This is what desperation can do. You start to play outside of yourself, making a bad situation worse.
Snatched up. Pass to Paul. Here's Adebayo. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And the Nets lead by 18.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys and you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it becomes the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become some animosity between the two.
Oh, that's something. Inside. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
For three, Booker. Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
In transition, here come the Nets. The layup missed.
Just hasn't had his night, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Smith with a wide open look, but he gets it back. Harris outside. Back to Jokic. 5 on the clock. Tries again. He lays it in. Jokic has got 12 points here in the second half. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Paul. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Dennis Smith.
One of the game's best free throw shooter. Chris Paul is not a guy you like to foul.
When we look, Steve, at big stats like double-doubles, triple-doubles, are we becoming too enamored with that versus how it might affect winning?
No, I think we're always going to have those double-doubles and triple-doubles. I just think right now when you look at it, so many more possessions in games. That's why we're having guys average a triple-double or having more double-doubles. But you also give those guys credit. The game and those players, they're just better right now, and they're more equipped to be versatile. But I do think we still got to keep the emphasis on winning. When a guy can get a triple-double in wins versus in losses or double-doubles or any kind of stats, I think that should be a category of his own.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
Here's Paul, and he lays it straight in. Paul's got 24 points.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nets.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Chris Paul.
You know, when we talk about floor general, this is really what we mean. He was making the right reads, directing guys around, delivering passes that were on time and on point.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Nets. Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Free throw, good. Jokic. Both good from the line that time. .40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. Harris, right side. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And you got to like that they are competing all the way through. Try and maybe build some momentum going into the next one.
Because the execution was not there tonight. That's something they can use this time to work on.
The shot by Paul, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 17-point game. Pass to Adebayo. Jokic with the steal. Here's Harris. It's tipped. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.